In ancient times, when heaven and earth were two realms within the spectrum of divine creation, a forbidden love affair blossomed between Zhinü and Niulang, two young lovers ready to defy the god's will to establish their love. Zhinü was the youngest of 7 girls that the celestial emperor had with the goddess of heaven. Zhinü was endowed with an exceptional ability for weaving, with skillful hands that could weave the light of the stars and craft splendid clothes for the gods. And yet Zhinü lived in sorrow, locked away in her chambers in the heavenly palace and barred from visiting Earth. Wary of living like a prisoner, Zhinü joined her sisters to flee the celestial kingdom and finally get to know the wonders of Earth. In the meantime, Niulang, the cowherd, was living on the extensive prairies of ancient China. With his straw hat and kindly look, he tenderly cared for the oxen. Niulang was not only known for his skill with animals, but also for his pure and honest heart. One beautiful day, fate brought Zhinü and Niulang's lives together in unimaginable ways. Niulang, shepherding his oxen along a riverbank, witnessed a sight that made his heart race. Basking in the calm, clear waters of the river were the 7 heavenly beauties, each one glowing more than the next. Despite the sight, Zhinü, with her quiet grace and gentle gaze, was the one who captured the young cowherd's heart. Madly in love and bent on conquering the beautiful heavenly maiden's heart, the cunning Niulang took a rash decision. He grabbed Zhinü's garments from the riverbank and hid them. Upon realizing the presence of the young cowherd, Zhinü's 6 sisters flee in fright to heaven, but she was unable to leave the river without her clothes. Instead of anger, Zhinü surprisingly turned to Niulang with curious eyes and urged him to be ashamed of his actions and give her back her clothes. Feeling regret, Niulang gave the clothes back and apologized, telling her that he fell in love the moment he laid his eyes on her and hadn't thought things through before acting. Despite all the trouble, Niulang found the courage to ask Zhinü to marry her. Despite her initial astonishment, Zhinü noticed the sincerity in Niulang's words and agreed to the marriage proposal. Together, they built a cheerful home on Earth and had 2 children. But this romance between a celestial being and a mortal would not stay under wraps for long. Upon discovering his daughter's whereabouts, the celestial emperor came down to Earth to take her back to the heavenly realm. Seeing his wife being taken away, Niulang took his 2 children and followed her. Sadly, he had not expected the goddess of the heavens to step up and stir up a river of turbulent waters to separate them. Niulang and Zhinü, now victims of an unbridgeable separation, felt the bitterness of distance. The celestial emperor, struck by his daughter's heartbreak, ruled that once a year, on the 7th day of the 7th month of the lunisolar calendar, they would be able to meet. They would build a bridge of birds, connecting the constellations, allowing Zhinü to cross the celestial abyss and reunite with her family. Zhinü and Niulang are the stars Vega and Altair in Chinese astrology and astronomy. Both have a 3rd companion called Deneb, and together they are known as the Summer Triangle. This means that Deneb is the bridge that unites the 2 lovers, as Vega and Altair are different in constellations, each on one side of the Milky Way.